Hey guys, welcome to the shop. It's been a while since I've done an update. Been a lot of busy things going on. You dads out there will understand, especially when your kids get sick. But we've been busy. We've had a few upgrades to the Scrambler and stumbled upon some pretty cool parts. We recently had the shock rebuilt by DRS, David Wright. If you have a Scrambler and a rear Fox shock, go ahead and check him out. He's great, does good work, real nice. As you can see, it's real good and shiny with new stickers. We tried some racing last year and decided we're going to get more into it. We've got some new GBC XC Master tires for the back, new DID ATV2 chain, has a braking strain of 8,000 pounds, and for the juicy part, we have upgraded from the 34 millimeter carb to a Key 39 millimeter. Take us about a week or two to tune this thing. It sucks a lot of fuel now. It just runs fantastic. It runs like a scalded ape. We got the Uni 2-stage air filter. To make all this work, you can't use the stock carb adapter. What I mean by that, and then I had parts stumble into my lap, is that I found a billet, looks like a CNC machine 39 millimeter carb adapter. It's made out of billet aluminum, and it has interchangeable rubber pieces to the carb, so I can run pretty much whatever size that I want to. So when I seen that, I jumped on that, and this carburetor here is brand new out of the box for a 2003 KTM 125SX. The needle runs the transition very well. Cold weather is a bit difficult. In 26 degree weather, we're running about the biggest main jet they make for this carb. So we're going to try and stick to 50 to 60 degree weather and hotter, which is primarily when cross-country racing takes place anyway. So real excited about that. We did get sponsored by O'Neill, so we got all the riding goodies. The bumper, we're going to change the bumper out. It leaves these A-arms open in case we have a close contact with a tree. It'll probably pretty much take us out of the race. We're going to take a front bumper off a Big Boss 6x6 and slap it on the front of here, and that should give us some side coverage in case we get a little crazy. Only went to one race, but I have 9 lined up this year, so it's going to be interesting for sure. Another note on the billet intake, that as you can see down here, we no longer have oil injection line. Oil injection is not a part of this bike anymore. I run 40-to-1 with the Klotz KL301. It's a bit rich, but it fuels it pretty well. Use a 91 octane. That's pretty much where we're at with that. A couple more preliminary checks before we start the season, which our first race is in 3 weeks. I got some bead leaks on this rim back here. These ITP wheels are just beat to hell. So we'll have to bead seal them up. Maybe think about getting some new rims. I had some questions recently about my Explorer over here, which is apart. It's also getting a new engine. New crankcases. It had a failure in the piston skirt, broke the cases out, so we've got the lower end assembled. We're just waiting on the top end to come back with forged piston, of course. This is kind of like my crawler rig. Did some nifty stuff. We got the winch. This is the Badland ZXR 3500. Also have the KFI quarter-inch thick steel winch mount on the front. Routed the wires nicely, all loomed. Comes back to, since I don't run an airbox, I made a custom tin plate for the solenoid pack. In the back, I just need to trim the seat a little bit and it'll be fine. It's kind of cool. I just kind of thought that up on a whim. Question about the switches on my hood. I have one for RPM and I have one for fan. RPM allows me to engage the reverse limiter in forward gear, so I can have a rev limiter on my engine, so I can have reduced power mode. Like, let's say if I'm in a tricky spot on some rocks, or I don't want to slide, or I want to control the RPM better, I can flip that on and we can have kind of like reduced power mode. Fan is for a bypass the radiator fan. If I'm crawling in a low gear for a long time, it tends to get a little hot. This helps it out. And of course the winch switch is right here. So carburetor I run on it is this is a Makuni Genuine VM34 275. It's not OE direct from Polaris, but it's pretty similar and it's worked out well. I got the straight filter boot on here right now. I did run at one time a downpipe which kind of sat in there over the transmission, tucked away in there. It did pretty well as long as you didn't get in high water. So yeah, we're waiting on that. It's got big old Swamp Witch tires on it by D-Stone. They wear like rawhide. Got a lot of dust on this machine, but hopefully we'll be back together soon. I'm in no rush. Have some other things to buy. Quick other feature, this small light right here is an indicator that tells me there's power in the fan circuit, so I know when things are turning on and when they might not be. Just an extra precaution. That's pretty much where we're at. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment, or you can private message me on, you can find me on Facebook too. So that's all I got for right now. See ya.